Today on the grid, we are talking about travel photography. In particular, we're talking about bringing your style to iconic places. Mr. ERIK Kuna is not here. Where is he? Gallivanting. He's out gallivanting somewhere, shooting Milky Way photos, doing a workshop with a bunch of cool people, but he's basically out gallivanting. But don't worry, there will not be an empty spot next to me. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, ladies and genitals, John Dukes is here. Seriously, in the flesh, Kelby One instructor, the world's greatest living human, all right here today. Now, we've got lots of giveaways. We've got some news. We got some fun stuff. It's going to be a fun day, and we're not going to go to the opening until I say, let's go!
The Grid is brought to you by Platypod, the tripod alternative that is changing the world. Everybody has a Platypod. You should too. Go to platypod.com.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Grid. That cue was for Jason in the director's.
Did you get that, Jason? Let's go!
Let's go! Because last time, a couple weeks ago, because we missed a week because of the On One conference, I did the fine day, and he just hit go. And I asked him what happened afterwards. He goes, I got excited.
Jason gets excited
He
about
does.
it.
He gets very excited. So especially around the grid time, you can't even contain him. Anyway, very glad to have you guys here. We missed you last week, but we had a wonderful conference. The On One conference was awesome. We had a lot of fun. We taught a lot of travel photography. We talked, of course, about post-processing and the On One plugins and all. We had a great time. A lot of fun. It was awesome. But now we're back and we're live today, and we're talking about how to bring your own style to iconic places. So when you go to some place that has iconic shots, they've been shot to death, and we're going to talk about how to make it interesting and fresh again. So that's what we're going to talk about. And that is our topic. Is that correct?
Yes. And guess who came up with the topic today?
Bob Johnson?
No, Bob Johnson. Much prettier than Bob Johnson. My very own Tracy came up with the topic today.
Great topic.
So yay,
Great
Tracy.
Yay,
Everybody
Tracy.
give her a round of applause.
Yay, Tracy. All right. So let's see. Got a bunch of news before we launch into this extravaganza. First off, my Paris workshop is sold out. So I'm doing a Paris workshop in September, and the way I do it is people who have been to my previous workshops, right, they get the first shot at a ticket. Then the VIP and the Inner Circle people of Kelby One get a shot of it. And then I have a newsletter list. The last 3 or 4 spots were taken by people on my newsletter list. Now, if you want to go to Paris and you didn't get a ticket, go join the waiting list. So go to scottkelbyworkshops.com and join the waiting list, because we do have cancellations. It does happen. You know, people get sick or have a family member that gets sick or who knows what. Business comes up and people can't make it at the last minute. So, and I've been able to fill them from that waiting list. So if you are available to go in September and you didn't get a ticket, but you're absolutely like, I will go if a spot opens up, go join that waiting list. But if you don't join the waiting list, at least scroll to the bottom of the page and get on the newsletter list, so that you get that early announcement. 3 or 4 of the last tickets were taken from people on that newsletter list so it's going to be their first workshop.
You know, today's topic, on photographing iconic locations, you got the Eiffel Tower in Paris, which has been photographed a gazillion times.
Yes.
So that actually would tie into your workshop. What
Yes,
we're
it
talking
does.
about today. What's some interesting ways to photograph the Eiffel Tower besides the one Instagram photo where everybody's holding it in their hand like this?
Yeah. God, I hate that.
Yeah.
I'm going to use the Eiffel Tower as an example. I'm glad you brought that up.
Nice.
So just go get on that thing. Next up here is the Photoshop World Conference. We launched it last week, right after the On One, and so that's very exciting. It's the biggest thing we do of the year, and it's a huge event. 3 days,
Don't miss
3
it.
tracks. Yeah, it's unbelievable. It is just, if you're into Photoshop or Lightroom or even photography, we cover all 3, and it's a giant. Look at all those classes. It's a giant
talent. Look at the instructors.
Oh yeah, it's a giant conference, and everybody's in it. And we have a special evening with Russell Preston Brown, who I would say today Now, Jefferson Graham called him the greatest iPhoneographer in the world. And he's got to be up there. I'm telling you, what the stuff that he does he is pushing the limits of what an iPhone can do. And when you see what he does and realize what can be done, look at this instructor list, right?
Yeah, that's quite an impressive.
Wow, that's a lot of people. And anyway, we would love to have you be a part of it. Go to photoshopworld.com and sign up right now. And by right now, I mean right now. Look, even there's Rick Salmon.
Not Rick Salmon.
Yes, and Moose and Terry and look at that, Colin Smith and Rob and Tracy and Victoria and and
I see Larry Becker on there too.
Larry Becker's a beautiful human being.
He is indeed.
All right, and plus we have some new people in there for the first time, so it's going to be great, and we'd love to have you join us. All right, that's up. So listen, I have some ERIK Kuna news. So ERIK is out west doing a Milky Way workshop right now. However, so I don't know if you remember, and I don't know if you remember, John, that he flew to Switzerland to photograph the CERN Super Collider. So they invited all these photographers from all over the world to fly to Geneva, Switzerland, go to the Super Collider and do photographs in there and compete against each other. Flippin', ERIK took third place. So he's going back to CERN. They're invited him back because they're going to do a gallery show of the winning pieces, and he was third place. So he gets to go back to CERN again to celebrate, and his shot was fantastic. So congratulations to Mr. K.
It's been so awesome watching ERIK through the years.
Oh, yeah.
You know, into what he's become today. I mean, he has his own book now.
That was the next thing I was going to talk about. So we just got a stack of ERIK's books. So they're off press. They're on their way to the warehouses. So it's the Night Photography book. It's ERIK's first book, and it's terrific. The first people that have gotten these are already, saying great things about it. It's a terrific book. It's written in the style that we do, where it's like one thing per page, right? So, and he is the guy to learn night photography. That's his thing. He's great at it. He's teaching it right now out on location. And so go out and check it out if you haven't gotten it yet. We're going to give one copy to John here, but you can also win a copy. And you know what? We're going to give you could win the first print copy that are out there right now. So go out there, and all you have to do to enter any of the prizes that I'm going to mention all the prizes, but one of them is just make a comment. If you make a comment and tell us, hey, by the way, the book I want to win is ERIK's book, then you're entered. So anyway, congratulations to ERIK for winning third place in that competition with just photographers all over the world, and for getting his book published, and we have printed copies now.
And I can't wait to hear the stories from the workshop.
Oh, yeah.
That are going to come out. I mean,
he always has great stories. And also, for those of you, I do another podcast besides this one. It is for people that use On1 plugins. It's called One on One. See what I did there?
Good tie-in.
One on One. Anyway, I do it just once a month, but it's just tips and tricks. And yesterday, I was able to have a guest. I had Dan Harlacher from On1, and he gave a sneak peek of some incredible new AI technology they're using for resizing photos. And they already have a resize AI. It's very, very good. I use it. But once you see how much better it's about to get, you're like, what?
Yeah, On1's pretty good products.
Yeah.
So I've been really doing a lot of work in On1 Effects.
Oh, yeah?
2025, which was given away last week for those who attended the conference.
Thank you for mentioning that, John. That's right. Everybody that attended the On1 conference last week got a copy of the latest version, On1's Effects 2025. So do I. In fact, I showed yesterday on the podcast, I showed my 5 favorite I wouldn't say it's my 5 favorite because I have 10 favorites, but 5 of my favorite filters in On1 Effects. So anyway, you can go watch that online. You can find it on Kelby One YouTube page. So go to there, or you can also go to my Facebook page, facebook.com/skelby. So my first initial, my last name, S. Kelby. All right, what are we giving away today? ERIK's Night Photography book. There's one. We're giving away a Platypod grip. It's grippy. It is what you put your phone in to hold it, and it's great. It's absolutely fantastic. Look at that. It won PPA's like big Hot One award. It's incredible, and it's half the price of other good ones. So that's really good. We're giving away a very unusual book.
What?
It's called How Do I Do That in My Tesla? So this is for people who own a Tesla, co-written by myself and my buddy Terry White, who is a super Tesla enthusiast, as am I. And we wrote this, a while ago, but it just came out. So I'm just leaving it at that. But anyway, you can get it tomorrow. And if you know someone that has a Tesla, I promise you this book will blow their mind, because we cover stuff in there that you have no idea your Tesla can do. It's incredible what a Tesla can do, because it's basically the computer on wheels. And we uncover all that cool stuff. So there's that. Also, we're going to...
I have that book.
Do you?
I do. It's written by this guy.
Do you like it? Is it
I
good?
love it. It's
Okay.
fantastic. In fact, everybody I've talked to that has that book says it's excellent.
Well, thank you.
I
Thanks.
haven't heard one bad thing about it.
This is one of my favorite books ever. It was not my idea. My publisher said, well, let's do a book that is got one foot on the coffee table. So it kind of looks like a coffee table book with more of a fine art layout. And then the other foot is in the classroom. And I said, I've got the topic. The topic is composition. So it's called Crush the Composition. And it is the only 5-star book I've ever written. All my books. John, if you go through Amazon, every book I have is basically 4.5 stars. It's 4.5. This one's 5. So, and you'll read the reviews. People say this is the best book Scott's ever written. I've written 110 books now, including this Tesla book. So, anyway.
You always have that one person that has nothing positive.
Well, you know what it is? I just put out a little travel photography book, right? That's just travel recipes. And someone will say, oh, I got the book and the spine was crushed. And they give me 1 star. And I'm like, I have nothing to do with shipping. I don't work for UPS. I don't have any idea why your book. And they give me a 1 star, and it knocks my thing down. I'm like, don't. And that is like, and Amazon will not take that review down.
Yeah,
they will not. It's not even a review of the book. It's a review of Amazon's shipping department, and they won't take it down. Like, come on. Anyway, but we're giving away all that stuff. Plus, we're giving away a copy of On One's No Noise
great plugin.
AI. Love that plugin.
Yeah.
We're giving away a V flat. V flats are awesome. So that's On One No Noise there. And you got a mystery offer if you go there on the V flats. What is your mystery offer? I can tell you what it is. You're going to save money. Plus, I can give you a code that'll save you 10%. If you use Kelby10 at checkout, you'll save another 10%. So we're giving away all of that stuff.
But V-flats cannot be shipped international, right? They can only be shipped.
Thank God for John today. I'm glad someone's paying attention. Jeez.
I just watch the grid a lot.
Dude, you should. I was going to say, you should be on every episode. That's right. It's for just U.S. shipping.
So if you live in Pakistan, don't put that you want to win the.
Nope, it's not coming out there. All right, let's get to our topic. So remember, it's travel photography, and it's bringing your style to iconic places. Now, I'm going to tell you something, John. I'm going to tell you. Hi, John.
Hi, Scott.
I'm going to tell you something, John.
Okay, tell me something.
That's going to be surprising to a lot of people when I say this. And I've said this many times, so if you've watched some of my travel classes, you will have heard this. But when you go to an iconic place, we'll use Paris.
Mm-hmm.
Should you shoot the classic shot of the Eiffel Tower? Because you're going to go, that's beneath me. Look,
Yes.
if you have never been to Paris, and for the first time that I had never been to Paris, I knew what the Eiffel Tower looked like. John, what I'm going to tell you is about to blow your mind. I knew what the Eiffel Tower looked like, and there was no internet.
Oh, no internet.
That's how long
How did you
ago.
figure that one out?
It was crazy, but they had pictures. It was called pictures. They had pictures. I knew what the Eiffel Tower was before I ever went to Paris. If you were to go to Google, let's do it. John, let's go to Google.
Okay. And you know what else, too? If
And
you
let's
come
type
back
in.
from Paris and you show your pictures to people, the first thing they're going to want to see is the picture of the Eiffel Tower.
Oh, my God, you're killing my story. Why don't you just suck the punchline right out of my... Frick, John. Now you're off the show. I'm doing the rest by myself so you don't steal everything I'm about to say. Holy crap. All right. Hang on one second. Wanted to see... Not giving me the.
It's just like any place that has an iconic place to shoot.
It's not giving me the
You
number.
know, in Washington, D.C., the first thing they want to see is the White House.
Yeah,
or the Capitol building.
It used to tell me how many results there were, but it used to be over. It was literally millions of photos on Google of the Eiffel Tower. So what are you going to bring to the party? Like, what are you going to do? So, but here's the interesting thing, and this is a weird psychological thing, and I've learned this the hard way. If you go to a place that has an iconic thing, so I'm just going to ask you a series of questions, Sean. I want you to give me the first word that pops in your head. When you think of London, what do you think of?
Big Ben.
Of course. When you think of Paris,
The Eiffel Tower.
how about Rome?
The Colosseum.
Yeah. That's exactly how we think of it as Americans. We have these iconic things that show up. So when you go to show someone your pictures of Paris, and you don't show them an Eiffel Tower pretty darn quick, they start to get anxious.
Right.
And they eventually will say, well, do you have any pictures of the Eiffel Tower? So go get the standard everyday picture. You stand in front of the Eiffel Tower. There it is, straight on. Click, and just get it out of the way. Show it quick. If you put 20 pictures on Facebook, open up with the Eiffel Tower so everyone's happy. And because they can't concentrate on your other photos until they see the picture that in their mind is Paris, is London, is Rome. So you have to shoot those iconic places. Now, this may not sound new or fresh to you because John just stole that from me a couple of minutes ago.
Whoops.
I was going to tell you guys some jokes, but I'm afraid he's going to jump in and steal the punchline right before he says it.
But
So-
it is true, though. Whenever I show pictures of a place I've been, the very first thing they want to see is the iconic shot. And they won't look at anything else or pay attention to anything else until they see that one shot.
No. All right, John. So this guy walks in a bar. No, I can't tell that joke. It's too filthy. All right. Okay, so anyway, long story short is we have to show these iconic things.
Right.
However, that's not for us. That's not for me and John. We've seen the Eiffel Tower. You've been to Paris?
No, I have not.
I'm going in September.
I know. I did not. I'm not going on. I wanted to, but it's sold
You
out.
could have come and helped.
Yeah, I could have.
You could have been an assistant.
I could have given
on-
you a picture of the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, I would. I would love one. I don't know where I would get one if I didn't have yours. So anyway, I'm not having John on anymore. He steals the show. He's wearing a red shirt. He's just stealing the show. He's got a big cannon hat on, and the hat matches the shirt. And like, I got nothing that matches it. Freaking Peaches records and tape. I got nothing. I do have it is a new shirt from my summer collections though, so there's that. But I mean,
But
anyway,
I like being on the show.
I like having you on. Well, I did like having you on the show. Anyway, so back to our story. Now, so we're shooting that shot, the one that John's going to take for me in Paris.
Right.
All right, we're taking that shot for everybody else, but that does not quench the photographer art in us.
No.
And that's
well, it can.
but we want to show it in a different way. So I would say this. I know what the Eiffel Tower looks like, right, John? Mm-hmm. What I would like to see is how do you see the Eiffel Tower? I know what the Eiffel Tower looks like, but what I would like to see if John went to Paris on a trip, I would love to see what you come back with the Eiffel Tower, because you're going to put your spin on it.
Right.
You're going to choose your angle of composition,
Exactly.
how much of it you show, and will it be, I wonder if it will be influenced by the things that you are interested in. And I'll give you an example. So I'm there with my wife, and she comes up and shows me this wonderful shot she took on her iPhone, and she's shooting it through the flowers. Well, my wife loves gardens. If we go anywhere, she wants to go and see the garden. Like if we go wherever, she's like, oh, I want to go out to Versailles, or wherever there's a garden, she wants to go, and I love to do it because that's her thing. So when she shows the Eiffel Tower, you see all these nice flowers, and then there's the Eiffel Tower through the flowers. That is seeing how my wife sees the Eiffel Tower.
Exactly.
So what I would be interested in seeing, John, is not just another picture of the Eiffel Tower. If you go to Paris, I want to see how you see it.
Right.
Now, I'll give you an example for this, and actually I'm going to do that because it's break time. So when we come back, I want to show you, and I'm going to go back many years to show this, the first time I ever saw St. Mark's Square in Venice, and I'll show you how I saw it, and that's going to happen right after this.
Hello, my name is John Dukes, and welcome to Washington, D.C., one of the most fascinating cities in all of the United States. Come join me and Larry Becker as we take you on a tour, a journey through one of the most fascinating cities in the world. We're going to look at some of the best tourist attractions of Washington, D.C., and also some of those under-the-radar spots that the tourists don't know about. We're going to have a lot of fun in this class as I talk with you about how to get some of the most epic shots, where to position your camera, what gear to use. We're going to cover a whole lot of stuff, but mostly we're going to have a whole lot of fun. So thank you so much for watching A Traveler's Guide to Washington, D.C. with John Dukes and Larry Becker on KelbyOne.com.
All right, you just came back from some amazing vacation, some fantastic place, like maybe you were in Spain or you're in France or you're in someplace amazing, and you've taken a lot of good shots, but what's gonna make them fantastic shots? I gotta be honest with you. It's that stuff you do in Lightroom and Photoshop. It's that post-processing stuff that's gonna take them to the next level. And I'm gonna take you there. I'm gonna take you through all of it. I'm gonna share all of my favorite travel photography editing tips. And man, I got a bunch of them because there's things we only deal with in travel photography that you never have to deal with, like in landscape photography or portrait photography, like power lines and tourists and removing distracting things and all kinds of horrible things. But you can also add things that make your images look phenomenal. And I want to uncover all of this. We're going to cover everything from beginning to end. I'm sharing my very favorite travel photography editing tips and take you through the whole thing. I'm going to start you off in the right place. We're even going to talk about organizing. I'm going to show you how to make beams of light all inside a Lightroom. You're going to be able to add effects and things to your photos that are going to make everyone so jealous they're going to hate you. I want them to be like, how did you get these? These are amazing. These are incredible. And I want them to be jealous of you, and I want them to feel bad, because that's what travel photography is really all about, is making yourself higher and lowering those. No, I'm just kidding. No, you know what it is about? It's about creating images that inspire people to go to those very same places. And I'm going to show you exactly how it's done. Come and watch my brand new class on how to edit your travel photos. And it is only found one place. It's exclusively at KelbyOne.com.
This segment of The Grid is brought to you by Canon.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, we're back. Me and John and Kuna is gallivanting. All right, you want to get some shout outs, bro?
Sure. We have people joining us from all over the world. Herb Coyle is saying aloha from Maui, Hawaii. Wow.
Ooh, nice.
Herb is really lucky right now. We all wish we were in Maui or Hawaii.
Yes, we do.
All right, Liesel, my friend Liesel saying hello from right here in Florida. Hi, John and Scott. Laura Stultz is saying hi there. Stu Greenberg is saying hello from Long Island, New York. And my friend Daniel is saying hello from Switzerland. Hi, Daniel. How you doing, buddy? And I think that's, we got Dave C. from Cedar Rapids and AJ from Miami. Hi, how you doing, AJ? Thank you all for joining us today. We really appreciate it. We got folks from joining us from all around the world.
Oh, yeah, you got Lisa saying hi from Atlanta. Happy Grid Day. Robin says, that's quite a lineup for the Photoshop conference.
Yeah.
I know, right? And then Sharon says, wow, Photoshop World has so many choices, mind overload, but so worth it. Yeah, it is a wonderful, wonderful conference.
It's a lot
it
of
really
fun,
is.
too. What I love about the conferences in Photoshop World is you get to interact. And I'm a social butterfly, so I love networking. I
wouldn't know that.
Yeah, nobody knows that. But you get to interact directly with all the instructors. They'll answer all your questions. They'll give you all. Yeah, they're just wonderful people.
And they'll make up answers when they don't know. They'll just make up stuff.
I do that all the time.
It's AI-generated answers.
Yeah.
All right. Stu says, Kelby workshops are amazing. You work like crazy. You have a bunch of fun. You learn a lot and meet the greatest people. Stu never mentioned the food, but yeah, we eat great too.
Yeah. And Dodie, hi Dodie.
Hi Dodie.
Dodie, I knew this already, but she wants to tell the whole world. Loves Crush the Composition book, written by this guy. She's read it twice now. Such a fabulous book.
Thank you, Dodie. Very kind of you.
And John, is it? Nope.
Yep.
Nope. I loaned a friend one of Scott's books, and she apparently will never return it. Boy, oh boy, who knew the book would teach me yet another valuable lesson? That's hilarious.
All righty. Okay, so I'm going to show you an example. I dug it up here on the break of the first time I ever went to Venice's St. Mark's Square. Now, I took the classic picture when you first walk into there. So this is, I first walked in, my first time. This has got to be 15-something years ago. And I took, this is the classic shot, right? So you go, yep, I was at St. Mark's Square. It's like your Wikipedia shot. Check, I took it, I was there. But nobody wants to see this because everyone's seen it a million times. In fact, this is what they created at Epcot over at Walt Disney World, is that St. Mark's Square. It's got the tower and all that stuff. Yep. All right. So, how could I show you anything of St. Mark's Square that would reflect who I am as a person? So I'll show you the first shot, all right? So the first shot I took was this one. This is in St. Mark's Square. At St. Mark's Square, they have little outdoor cafes, and they have little bands that play there. Little orchestras, they still do it to this very day. I just saw one a couple weeks ago, or a month ago, when I did another workshop in Venice. And I'm a musician. And I'm going to be, I'm going to be drawn to that type of stuff. I see the sheet music, I see the upright bass, and this is, and now I will tell you this. If you ever stop and have a drink in one of those outdoor cafes, you will learn a new level of pain, because what they charge you in those outdoor cafes is staggering. It is just, they say there's no fee for the entertainment, but you're never going to spend more for a cup of coffee in your entire life. Now, it's a lovely experience. You're sitting in St. Mark's Square. Mm-hmm. It's a beautiful day. They're playing, and they're good musicians. Yep. They're very good, and you're just sitting there, and then the bill comes, and you're in a total panic. And you're thinking, I need to contact a bank or something. I need to arrange a loan. It's unbelievable.
For a cup of
All
coffee.
Right, but so this is like my first shot in the square, right? Here's another shot in the square. You can see people across the way at another cafe, but again, I'm a musician and I'm drawn to this stuff. This is how I see that square. Now, another thing that I am very drawn to is patterns. I love repeating patterns. Yeah. So if I see a pattern, I kind of can't help but shoot it. The last thing that I took in there is another weird thing that my wife knows about me and cannot understand it. But I am drawn to lighting, right? Any kind of lighting, indoor lighting. Like I'm at a restaurant, John, I'm like this. I'm like, I wonder what kind of lights those are.
Yeah.
Like I'm always, my wife's like, you're looking at the lights, aren't you? Like,
I do the same thing with Tracy all the time. She makes fun of me.
I don't know what it is. Well, I did take this over. I did go up the tower, and I got that shot. And then this. I'm shooting this stupid lighting. But none of those are the classic shot.
No.
But at least it tells you a little bit about me. Like you're getting to know a little bit about me by looking. And so, John, if you went to Paris, I would sure that you would infuse your thing. And that's what I want to see, because I already know what the Eiffel Tower looks like, but I want to see like, how do you see it? And this is a great question from Bill from Sacramento. Hi, Bill. Bill says, what if you don't know what your style is? So that's what's interesting about this.
Very good question.
It's not really about your style.
It's about who you are.
It's about you.
Yep.
It's about you. Like, what is, what spin would you put on it?
Right.
Because you'll let people look at the Eiffel Tower and go, oh man, I got to get way back and take a picture of it. But you know what? Your style might be the legs. Each leg is so giant. They're like a 35, 40-story building. And you're like, you might say, I love the intricacy of it. Like, if you're an engineer, you might be, your take on the Eiffel Tower maybe look at what it took to support this this structure that's almost as tall as the Empire State Building. It's incredible to see. The scale of it is staggering. So if you're an engineer, you might show it one way, right? If your thing is romance, you might want to show a couple kissing in front of it. By the way, great book from I have his book on my desk. His name is, but he did a book called French Kiss.
Okay.
And he shows a lot of people in love. They're not all kissing, but older people, younger people, all over Paris, kissing.
Yeah.
And he put it into her, or just in love, holding hands, little kids. It could be anybody, but you can feel the love in the pictures.
Right.
And it's called French Kiss, and he's a very famous photographer. If we look up French Kiss, somebody in the control room, look up French Kiss on and be selective about what you show on screen.
Right.
You'll find his picture book. And I don't know why I can't think of his name. Well, I kind of have an idea why I can't think of his name, because I'm old. Anyway, but it's terrific, and he's very famous, very famous, photographer. And it's wonderful. It's a wonderful book. It shows the romance of Paris. So you could take many things. Oh, there it is, Peter Turnley, right there. It is. That is exactly it, right there. And look at it. Look at the couples.
Yeah, that's really something spectacular work.
And look at these people. They're dancing, right? They're learning. They have a dance class right there. And it's just a wonderful book. And
you notice, too, there's a common denominator, Scott, with the pictures that you just showed and the pictures that we're looking here. They all tell a story.
Yes.
It's not only about the unique individual and the personality that they have, which is really important. It tells a story of that. Two of the greatest compliments that I love hearing as a photographer. Two things. When someone says to me, I looked at your photo, and before I even knew, I read the caption, before I even read what it was, I know you took it.
That is good.
Because it's your style. And the other thing that is when I take a travel photo and somebody says, you make me want to go to that place. You make me want to go there. You make me want to get on a plane.
That's the gold standard of travel.
Right.
Right there, travel photography.
As photographers, we're storytellers. We're telling stories, what's coming, not just from our camera lens, but also what's in our hearts and how we see the world.
Yeah.
And that's one of the greatest things I love about photography is it gives you an outlet. It gives you an opportunity to be able to share what your heart sees. Something.
And his heart, can you imagine what his heart sees?
Oh, I see lots of stuff.
He's very hearty. That's a hearty soup. All right, but he's really right. And this goes back to what Bill was asking, like, what is your style? So, Bill, what I would say to you, if you said, Scott, I'm going to Paris, and I just don't know what to shoot, right? I just don't have an idea. Well, I would say, then you should have been at my class at the Travel Photography Council. I gave a shot list. I even gave you a copy to put on your phone. But anyway, no. But what I would say is, what is that thing that you care about, right? Because there's the first time you go to Paris, but many people wind up going to places again and again and again. Paris was the first place I ever went in Europe. And my first time there, I actually landed in Luxembourg, but the first place we just landed there because that's where the charter flight went to. It was cheap. And then we went to Paris. So this will probably be my 10th or 12th trip to Paris. What do you shoot when you've been there 12 times?
Right.
So what I would say to Bill is, find something that you're passionate about. Let's just say, Bill, I don't know what you're passionate about, but let's say that you really love, number one, pets. You could do a wonderful thing of people and their pets. Let's say that you love, and you would fall in love with the bakeries in France. What if you did a whole thing and you literally just shot, your story is amazing bakeries, a taste of France, I'm sorry, a taste of Paris. And that's what you did for your project that would propel you through Paris. I did a class, and Bill, if you want an idea of what this is, go watch this course. And you don't have to be a Kelby One member to watch it. You can buy any course.
Yes.
I think it's $29. And the course is, it's about basically taking your passion project. So for me, there's something in London. I've been to London. So on the same trip, I went to Paris, my first one. My next stop was London. So, and it was with my brother when I was 20-something years old. So, 15 years ago. Anyway. No one caught on that. Good. I was expecting John to call me. I was counting down. And he let it go.
I don't want to ruin your punchline.
No. Oh! Oh!
I want to be invited back again.
Yeah, you're stealing the show. I don't know why I'm here. You should just be the John Dukes Show. You should have a podcast. Just call it the John Dukes Show. Talk about whatever. I'd watch. I don't even know what the topic is. Anyway.
I'll call it the Grid Squared.
Why am I here? Anyway, back to our story. I don't even know what our story was. Oh, Bill. So there's this class on Kelby One, and it is about kind of your passion project when you travel. If you go to some place a lot of times, well, in London, I've been to London so many times, I chose something that I find particularly interesting in London, which is the London Tube, the subway system. It is historically very interesting. There's actually a tube museum in London, right? In Covent Gardens, there's a museum that you can go and learn about it. It played a huge role in World War II. Mm-hmm. It was the shelter while London was being bombed, mercilessly by the German army. So it's an amazing place. It's fun. It's exciting. And that's it right there. How to create a personal connection with your travel images. And I did the whole thing based on the London Tube, and I had a camera crew with me, and I showed all these different things that you could shoot from the very graphical way that the tube is portrayed. They have a very special font they use. They've got great signage. And then at the very end of the class, I put together an Adobe Express page to show it all together. And so anyway, if you get a chance, you can just go buy that class for $29. And I think it would open up a whole new way to look at places, especially if you're returning to some place that you've been before.
Yes.
All right. Here's a good one from Jack. Jack says, I shoot a lot in New York City, and my thing is to photograph the classics, but in a way you've never seen them before. That's
great
very
question.
good.
Yeah.
That's very, very good. Hey, Daniel.
Oh, Peter lives in Paris.
Yeah, it does help if you live there.
Yeah, for sure.
But, all I can say is that makes me even more jealous of him. I was already jealous of his photography. Now I'm jealous of where he lives. But anyway, so Bill, think about that stuff, right? You could have all these different, it's not really about what your style, it's about what John said, where your heart is, what are you interested in, what are you drawn to, and then show us that. Boy, you could do a thing now. I don't drink beer. I just go straight for grain alcohol. But if I drank beer, imagine, John, what you could do with a series of just London pubs.
Yeah.
The people in the pubs
Ireland.
and all that stuff. You could do an amazing pub thing as your topic. So really, it just comes down to have you ever seen just the signs for pubs?
Yeah, right.
They're
very interesting.
Like you could do a photo book of just the interesting signs of pubs, but the whole pub culture, it's such a heart of the community. It's more than just a place to get a beer. So you could do in Paris, you could do a whole thing on fashion. You could do a whole thing on flowers. You could do a whole thing on architecture. Oh my gosh, you could go on and on and on French food. Can you imagine the food thing that you could do in Paris?
Unbelievable.
Crazy stuff. All right.
Get it. I want to make a comment too about the question about New York City particularly, because New York City is a wealth of opportunities where you can expand and get creative, and you could put this into practice. And I'm from New York City. I was born in Brooklyn. I've lived there
Brooklyn in the house.
Yeah, right by a place that sells the greatest pizza in the world, but I think they're not there anymore. But anyway, New York City gives you an opportunity to be able to put into practice all of the things that Scott's mentioning in so many different ways. A way, too, that you can shoot iconic locations, maybe different weather conditions. Many people are afraid to go out in the rain and shoot, or are afraid to go out during a foggy morning. You could really tell a very interesting story of something iconic that everybody shoots to death, but just do it in a way where it shows it a little bit differently. Maybe you're looking at the New York Public Library in the fog. That's something, really, just something interesting. Just show something different. I love shooting in New York City, and every time I go back there, I come back with different images.
Oh, it's one of the greatest places to shoot.
Yep.
I would have to say it's a top 5 places to shoot. I think Paris is perhaps number 1. I think London is great. I think New York City is great. New York City. There's another underrated place to shoot. So underrated. So incredible, Chicago.
Oh, I love Chicago.
Chicago is a photographer's paradise, but it never gets the love that it does. Marcellus and beer in Prague. Yeah. She was with me in my Prague workshop. She was from Prague, and the beer in Prague would make a great one. Allison says London pub signs. Yes. Jeremy says, Allison is saying that Jeremy, who is my taxi driver, Jeremy took a whole series of door knockers in Malta, yet he is a mad Englishman. Yes, he is, especially mad after my last comment, because he's driven me around London, and he did it quite skillfully. We never wrecked, never trashed it. Now, we have to take a break. We're way over on break. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to talk more about this. If you've got questions, pop them in there. Don't forget, to win a prize, you have to leave us a comment. Just make sure that you tell us what you want to win so we don't send you a V-flat when you were hoping for Erik's Nightbook. So make sure you tell us what you want to win. We'll be right back.
You're trying to put your portfolio together. And you know what stops more people than anything, Rick? Deciding which images make the cut. It's so hard. And Rick knows, because in this course on Kelby One, I asked Rick, pick 75 of your best photos. Was it hard getting those 75
It was
together?
very hard. Susan Salmon helped me very, very hard.
But in this class, we're getting it down to just 24. We're going to show you a number of different ways how to make decisions, how to not fall into portfolio traps, and we're going to do it together. You're going to see it all happen live as we do it, as we go from Rick's 75 hand-picked images all the way down to 24. But when you see the process and how we use Lightroom to help us make this easy, it's going to make a huge difference. It's going to help you get your portfolio online, and we're going to show you how to get your portfolio online without paying anything extra. We're even going to upload the images and take the 24 that we choose at Rick's, get them up there. It's going to be great. And how painful was the process?
Well, it was painful, but I'm going to still love you at the end.
You got to come and watch it and see, as we go through the process of building your portfolio, what makes the cut. It's a brand new course exclusively at KelbyOne.com.
This segment of The Grid is brought to you by B&H Photo, the professional source since 1973.
Hey-o! All right, we're back. It's me and John Dukes, and really, it's really John Dukes, and I'm his sidekick. So I just try to keep him on track, you know.
He's doing a great job.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a gift. I'm blessed. Hashtag blessed. All right. Hey, I'm going to take a break from this for a second because I want to, because one of the topics we were considering today was to talk about how to connect with other photographers and community and all that stuff. But so I just want to, just for a minute while we're just in between this topic, I want to show you something that a lot of you know about, but some of you don't. You know, you saw like Stu here earlier, and Stu is a big part of our Kelby One community. Now I have to explain what that is. This is a place that you go on our website to everybody to just make friends and get help and help each other out.
Yep.
It is, and John will tell you, you're in there all the time.
All the time.
It is like the most helpful, friendly, because a lot of communities on the web, if you ask a question that's not a high-end question, they bury you.
Right.
This is the exact opposite. If you said, I can't find the on button on my camera,
right,
people wouldn't line up to go,
no.
Oh, hey, idiot. They would go, okay, what kind of camera do you have? All right. So, and here's a picture of the top of it. And it's this button over here. They're just so helpful and friendly. But I want to show you something a lot of people don't know. So can you guys see my screen here? That's the community right there. All right, so if you're a Kelby One member, when you sign on, you wind up here. This is your dashboard, right? So if you were interested in a particular topic like fashion or beauty or business or whatever, you could just click on this and it kind of acts like a search, right? So if you were into like travel, you would click here and it kind of does a search and it would take you right to travel classes, right? So these are all...
That's my class.
Oh, there's Sean's class right there. Woo, bottom left. Woo, right there. All right. And you're doing another class, right?
I'm doing one tomorrow.
And you're going to do a photographer's guide to
Beantown, to Boston. Boston.
Boston's such a great town.
Oh,
That's
my
going to be a
goodness.
great class. Your class on Washington, D.C., it was John's first class with us.
Yes.
And I will say, I don't think anyone was more prepared to do a class in history at Kelby One. My gosh, you did such a great, it's such a great guide. Like if you were going to Washington, D.C., it is the world's definitive guide on where to shoot in
Thank
D.C.
you, Scott.
You
and
killed it.
I owe a lot of that to Tracy, who travels with me and goes to these places with me and actually prepares all the PDF files and everything.
Which makes us wonder, why is John here? Why isn't Tracy on this show?
You just have Tracy here? She's prettier than me, too. You know?
That's not a very high bar, but Tracy actually is very pretty.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
But yeah, we're doing the class. Tracy went with me to the city of Boston, and we are recording with Larry Becker tomorrow.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
And this yeah, I'm so sorry. And this class is going to have so many new things. First of all, it's going to have all the pictures in it are going to be pictures that nobody's ever seen before until this class comes out. It's brand new photos. Tracy and I spent a week up there, and we went all around the city. And what is so cool about the city of Boston, it has a lot of really old buildings, but there's also some very modern structures. So it gives you an opportunity to make your composition mixed, intermingled with the, I love that look in photographs where you have an old structure and a new structure.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And it has some of the
contrast.
Yeah, the overshot locations, there'll be some of them on there, but there'll also some things that you don't think about shooting when you go to Boston. You don't think about going to this place. Oh, I can't wait to go to this place to shoot the lobby of this hotel. Or I can't, so it's going to have a lot of information. And let me tell you, I am so excited. I cannot wait to record it. I really hope that it's received well. The Washington, D.C. class, the responses I have received, the letters, even people
threats, a lot of threats.
Yeah, I did get a couple of them too, but I just called what's the Department of Homeland Security, and they took care of them. But
they're back there apparently.
Yeah, right.
John back there. There they are. Department of Homeland, right back there.
But even people have met up with me from the Kelby One community that to shoot in Washington D.C. together, and I love that. So I hope the same is with the Boston class tomorrow that we're recording. I can't wait for it to come out, and I can't wait to get to work on it tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of fun.
So here's what I was hoping to get for that comment. And John's doing a class tomorrow. What's it called? What city is it?
It's
Boston.
Called A Traveler's Guide to Boston.
And that's what I was hoping to get right there. Okay, can I get back to what I was doing?
Yes, please.
I'm surprised we have any time left in the show. All right. So what I was going to show you, I'm sure you don't remember what we were talking about. I've basically forgotten as well. But take a look on my screen. What I was trying to get to.
Sorry. Just call the Department of Homeland Security on me.
They're right back there. All right. So we clicked on travel, right? And you can also just do a regular search, right? There's a search bar over here. There's a search bar up there. You can search and just type in travel, but we made it just easier to just click on it, right? All right. Let's say that you go to a class. Like we'll go to this one from Rick Salmon, Capturing the Heart of a Culture, right? So, and it's a travel photography class, right? All right. Now, here's the thing. So, and I want to point this out to you if you're a Kelby One member, or even if you're not, you're maybe thinking of it. First off, it tells you how many lessons there are, how long the class is, right? Over here, discuss this course right here. If you click on this, it goes to that community. It takes you right, and this is people who have watched the course, and you'll notice like they're addressing Rick. Hey, Rick, I enjoyed your presentation, blah, 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 blah. And then Rick answers you right back.
Yep.
Right? So that's what discuss these courses are. It is an opportunity for you to talk to other people who have watched the course,
Yep.
to help each other out, to answer each other's questions, but the instructors are right there. They get a little message that says, hey, somebody posted a comment on your class, and they come in and they answer questions. So you get to interact directly with the instructors and stuff. That community right there, that helpfulness and that interacting with other students is very unique, and I think it's really an awesome thing. And the reason I bring up this travel stuff is because we just released a huge whole travel. It's the most comprehensive thing I've ever done on travel. It is a 7-day kind of, you follow 7 days.
Yep.
So, and Larry Becker and I lead you through it. So Larry and I are saying, all right, it's day one, do this, and then you do that, and watch this class, and then come back tomorrow, and we'll do this. Now, you don't have to do all 7 days in a row. You can do them, Monday, Tuesday, and then skip Wednesday, and then come back there. But you're only doing 1 hour a day. So, and you don't have to do anything. You're not like on an elliptical or anything. You can just sit on your couch, hold a camera in your hand to feel connected, and then just watch the class. But anyway, it's a great way, because we were talking about today about a community. It's a great way to connect with other people who are like-minded. The people in there watching a travel class are interested in travel.
Yes.
So is the instructor, and they're interested in you. Anyway, I just thought I would show you that just as an aside.
One other thing too, Scott, very important about the Kelby One community is you could get answers to your questions any time of the day, because there's people from all around the globe. You could put a question in there at 3 o'clock in the morning, and Chiquinando in Portugal is right there ready to answer the question. I mean, I don't think Chiquinando ever sleeps. But
Chiquinando does not sleep.
Yeah.
But I think the reason why we think he never sleeps is because he's like 6 hours ahead of us. So it always seems like when we're sleeping, Nando's up. Anyway, but it's not just Nando. There's people all over, but he is fantastic. And he is the most helpful person you will ever meet. All right, so we've got a bunch of more comments while we've been talking here. So can you scroll up a little bit? Just let me see who this is right there. There's a hello from beautiful Riverview, Michigan, but I don't know who said it. Same question? All right, and we still don't know who did it, but they said Detroit is also underrated for travel photography.
With that.
I agree as well.
I've shot in Detroit before, especially at the Renaissance Center. The compositions you can get in Detroit are just off the charts.
There was more to their comment.
Sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. It just... This is the last time I'm going to be invited here.
I'm not, at this point, I'm not sure we're going to do the class tomorrow. Detroit is also underrated for travel photography. Its history, geography, architectural history, its diverse population, proximity to Canada, and so on and so on. Check it out. That's actually a very, very good call. I know you want to say something, John. Just say it.
I said it already. I'm sorry.
Okay. Andrea says, what city do you think most people think would be easy to shoot, but is actually the most difficult?
Wow.
I got a couple. I got a couple for you. I'll tell you what seems like it would be easy, and there's just nothing there to shoot. I'm going to give you 2 cities that you would think these are no-brainers, but I just don't see good photos coming out of there. I've been to both of them. I tried to pull a rabbit out of the hat. There's nothing there. Oslo, Norway. You think, Norway, it's a beautiful country. It is. Oslo? I've done it twice. I can't recommend it. A buddy of mine was going to Oslo, and he booked 4 days there. And I said, dude, get the hell out of Oslo. He said, no, I want to see what there is. I go, there's nothing there to shoot. He sent me a note on night one. I've got to get out of here. There's nothing to shoot. I'm like, I know. The other one is Zurich, Switzerland. And you're thinking, because here's what happens. When I think of Switzerland, I think of the Swiss Alps.
Yes.
The Alps are amazing, and they're nowhere near Zurich. Zurich is where you land, get a rental car, and drive to the Alps.
Yes.
But you should spend as little time in Zurich. Now, Zurich as a town to visit and go shopping and eat restaurants and go to museums, lovely. But that's different than the question that she asked, which Andrea asked, what do you think would be easy to shoot, but is actually the most difficult? When you think of Zurich, Switzerland, you're picturing Alps, and you're like, how could it not be beautiful? You picture rolling hills and the little Swiss huts. It's not that. It's not that. It's like shooting Frankfurt. It's like, meh. But nobody thinks of Frankfurt as a good shoot. So that's different. People think of Zurich to be good. It's not. So those are two. And can you think of any?
I can think of a few in the Midwest, like just about anywhere in Kansas.
I've never been to Kansas.
I spent a week there one afternoon.
Ooh.
And
ouch.
Yeah, it's just so flat. There's nothing. It's a very difficult place to shoot. Now, I'm not saying if anybody's from Kansas that they shouldn't take the camera and go out. I'd definitely go out.
I'm saying that.
Okay, Scott's saying that.
I don't know. I've never been there. I'm just riffing off of John.
But I drove through Kansas on I-70, and it was like the longest drive. And there's one stop in Kansas on the highway where they have all these Wizard of Oz artifacts where you can go shoot.
Yeah. Like
all these different Wizard of Oz museums. That was the most interesting place I found. But then when I got into Colorado and Denver and the Rocky Mountains, it's like, it's great.
John, we need to open up more. All right. Amy Gray.
Hi, Amy. She's my friend.
Hi, Amy. So Amy's used to your stick? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Amy asks, I already answered mine, which is New York. What is your favorite place on the East Coast to shoot?
Mount Airy, Maryland.
Really?
That's where Amy lives. That's where I live.
Oh, okay. Is that your favorite place to shoot?
I'm only kidding. She's probably laughing at that right now.
She says, Assateague Island. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right.
It is. That's correct.
Assateague Island is beautiful. I've never even heard of it, Amy. So thank you for.
Oh, you got to go to Assateague Island, Scott.
Where's it at? What state?
It's in Maryland. It's on the lower eastern shore of Maryland, very close to Ocean City, and it's a beach that has wild horses running all over it.
Oh, that's
and
nice.
It's spectacular.
Really?
It's really a great place.
I don't know how I've never heard of it, but that's my first time hearing about it.
It's really a beautiful place to shoot. If you love wildlife and beaches, Assateague Island
I hate beaches. I hate people.
Well, then I'll go take the pictures for you, and you could show them on the grid one day.
Thank you.
But yes, I agree, Amy. Assateague Island is a beautiful place to shoot.
All right. We have to take another break because we're actually over time already. So we're going to take no, John, you know what I would call you? Concise, a man of few words.
Yeah.
John Dukes. And actually that should be your Twitter. On Twitter, when it describes you, it should say John Dukes, a man of few words.
That's right.
That sentence he just said, that's right. That's the shortest sentence he's ever said in his whole life. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Howdy folks, Moose Peterson here in what's been my playground for decades, Yosemite National Park. This is part of Kelby One's National Park Series, and we've got something very special for you. Well, whether you're a first-time visitor or you've been here many, many times, it's gonna be new every time. We're gonna start off at Tunnel View, a place that's gonna get you revved up. We're going to take you up the trail to Yosemite Falls. And we're going to take you up personally, intimately with these places. Where do you go? Where do you stop? What cameras do you take? What lenses? How do you make it really simple and easy, not complex, so you take in all the places here, and that comes through in your photograph, your passion, your love for being outdoors, and of course, Yosemite. So come along. This is going to be a marvelous class for you to get inspired. It's going to be exclusively on Kelby One.
This segment of The Grid is brought to you by Platypod, the world's most compact tripod base.
All right, we're back. Susan says, so many great laughs today. The Grid is often my laugh fix for the week. Hi, Susan. I know Susan. Brenda says, Tulsa, Oklahoma is kind of cool because we have Route 66.
Oh, that's
running
true.
Right through.
Route
That's
66.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know, I've been to Tulsa. I've never shot in Tulsa. So I've never really shot Route 66. And Rick Salmon did a whole thing on Route 66. I
Yeah.
did a book on it.
Jefferson Graham, too.
Yeah, Jeff. Jeff's
Yeah.
all about Route 66.
Jefferson
That's where
actually
you go to get your kicks.
Yeah, right. He actually lays on the middle of the street and has someone take a picture of him before the truck comes in.
Yeah, that's good. You don't want the pancake version of Jefferson.
Right.
All right. Hey, John, let's give away some prizes. What do you say? Who should we give them to?
Sure. Okay, the V flat is going to Diane. I hope I pronounced this right, Diane. Forgive me in advance. Vandeputty is winning the V flat. Alan Balaka is winning the On One No Noise.
I'm going with Vandepew.
Vandepew? Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that's my guess.
Okay. Well, Diane, congratulations. You won the V flat.
Woo!
And hopefully you live in the United States. Alan Balaka is winning the On One No Noise. Congratulations, Alan. Dawn Smyers is winning the Platypod grip right here. Mark Atkinson is winning the composition book. And Scott G is winning Eric's book.
Eric's not. Oh, and we're going to get you a print copy because we have some print copies here. So
that's awesome.
We're going to send you the real thing, even though
the real thing.
Now,
this
Amazon
right
says it's coming out in August 26th, but what I heard was the books are already on the way to the warehouse. So I would say it's going to be more like 2 weeks from now. And Amazon will update the date when they get them in their warehouse. Then they update it. But once they arrive in the warehouse, they don't arrive and then they go on sale the next day. They have to get it in their system and
Right.
blah, 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 blah. Okay.
Wait, I wasn't finished. Hold on. Scott's talking too much. What? You got to email gridprize@kelbyone.com by Friday in order to claim your prize by Friday.
He's right, you know. And also, we will verify that you're you. Don't forget to include
Yes.
your shipping address. And Diane Vandepute, which is what I'm thinking, but I could be wrong. I'm thinking it's Vandepute. Diane, make sure your address is in the United States. And if it's not, just ship it to John's house.
Yeah,
And John will fly it to you wherever you live in the world.
that's right.
Because John is loose with money.
That's right. I got unlimited supply.
Unlimited supply. He has a tree in the backyard, as my parents used to say. She said, my mom and dad used to say to me, do you think we have a tree in the backyard where we just go pick off money? I had no idea what that even meant. I'd be like, no. Yes.
And Diane, I'll tell you what, after you get your V-flat, we'll go to Paris and take some interesting pictures of the Eiffel Tower together.
There you go. You know what I would ask my parents for that they'd always say stuff like that? They would say, do you think we have a tree? I would say stuff like, do we have anything for breakfast? No, I'm just kidding. No. I had nice parents. I had very good parents. And also my parents had a money tree. No, they did not. I was told that. I am absolutely certain they did not because I was told many, many times we do not have a money tree. All right, let me see if there's anything else. Let me look at my list and see if there's anything that I forgot to do today because I often forget. Hang on, my computer's doing weird stuff. For some reason, when my computer connects to HDMI, it has to kind of freeze for a minute. So while we're waiting, John will tell you where you can go learn more about John.
Yes, you could visit I have two websites, but I do, if those of you who know me well know I do portrait photography at johndukesphotography.com, but the one that's up on the screen right now is my other shot at johndukesart.com. This is where I put all of my artwork, my landscape, wildlife, cityscape photos, and I sure do hope that you want to visit. You could follow me too on johndukesphotography.com on Twitter, and also johndukesfineart.com on Twitter as well, and I'm also on Facebook, and I'm very active on the Kelby One Community, as Scott mentioned. By the way, that grizzly bear picture that's up there right now, we took that's a wild grizzly in Montana, and none other than Tracy captured that image with the beautiful backlight of the bear. I was so proud of her that she shot that.
Oh, it's a gorgeous picture.
Yeah.
All right, so if you go to John's Twitter page, make sure you leave an inappropriate comment.
Yes, I love inappropriate comments.
Not mean. Don't be mean or don't be nasty, but say something really that is across the line. It really say something that is just like, that's inappropriate. You should not say that.
And you will see pictures from my Washington D.C. class, which are being shown right now on the screen. But I do not have any pictures yet, except for that one of the Boston skyline that just passed. But there's going to be all new pictures coming out on the class that I'm recording tomorrow with Larry.
These are great pictures.
Boston. Thank you.
Your travel stuff is top shelf.
I love it.
Very,
I love
very
it.
nice.
That picture in New York, the one of the subway train.
I love that.
In Long Island City. And it was so, this is one of those, how do you learn your style? The question that was answered earlier. I was literally riding a 7 train out of Queens into Manhattan, and I saw that track was coming around the turn like that. And I got off the train and set the platypod up on the counter there, waiting for the other train to come in. I saw the sunset coming in, and I just thought it would make a really nice picture. And it actually got put on a travel brochure for New York City for the Department of Travel and Bureaus, Travel and Tourism.
Very nice. So, I see you're selling your prints. Are you using what, SmugMug? Who's your?
Oh no, this is Art Storefronts.
It's Art Storefronts.
Yeah,
okay.
Art Storefronts is where my website is.
All right, very nice.
So, yeah, all right. I do hope if you have any questions, just give me a call. And I look forward to interacting with all of you if you follow me on Facebook.
And let me give you John's cell phone number because he's very willing to talk.
Yeah.
So, and call late. I would call late at night. He's a night owl. So I wouldn't even think of calling him before 1 a.m. So his prime time is from 1 to 4:30.
That's right.
So call often. If he doesn't pick up the first time, it just means he's busy. He's like maybe making a print or doing something. So
right. I just won't send any nude selfies. That's not
so. Yeah, don't. Everybody asks for them, but nobody gets them. It's like very elusive. All right, and you're on Instagram. Brenda's asking where they can find you on Instagram.
Yes, Instagram is both John Dukes. I'm drawing a blank.
Let's go look.
I have 2 Instagrams. John Dukes Photography.
There we go.
Is one of them, and the other one is John Dukes Fine Art on Instagram as well. Thank you, Jason. He's putting it up on the screen.
There we go. There we go.
But that's my Instagram page.
Oh, very nice.
Thank you.
All right, before we go, I'm going to...
Oh, there's the Rensen picture. I was for the gentleman from Detroit. Where I was talking too much. There's a shot right there.
No, it's not too much, John. It's just enough. It's exactly the right amount. I would say it's measured. I know you're holding back, and I can tell. I can tell, John. And I talked to John on this last break, and I say, John, you got to say something. Yeah. You got to speak up.
I get very excited about photography.
It can't be just me.
And unlike Scott, I love people. So
I hate people. People are the worst.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get Scott to love people too, but it's not working.
It's starting to work on me. I'm starting to warm up to people.
Oh, good. That's a
good. All right, what was I going to say? I had 2 things. Number 1, I did a post this week. If you're more of an advanced Lightroom user, I did an interesting post yesterday on Lightroom, or Monday, on lightroomkillertips.com, which is a blog that I write, and also with Rob Sylvan, lightroomkillertips.com, and I did a post about using the remove tool. So the remove tool, and It's very interesting, but it's for advanced users, right? See, it says advanced tips, and you know, I won't explain it all, but if you're an advanced Lightroom user, go check it out. And I go into explaining something that people would complain about in Lightroom about the remove tool, which is an AI based thing. That's number one. Number two is if you are not a Kelby One member, why the heck? You're watching the grid and you're not a Kelby One member, go to KelbyOne.com. Check it out. Look, if you join and you don't like it, we have 100% money back guarantee. You're not going to like it. You're going to love it. But we offer that guarantee because, you know, people want to feel like, okay, I can, you know, I don't have any risk.
It is the friendliest, most welcoming place for photography on the web.
We release a new class every single week.
Yep.
If you did nothing but buy every week's course, it would be about $1,500 a year, but you're only going to spend about 54 cents a day.
And the classes are taught by some of the most
handsome,
handsome,
red wearing, Canon hat wearing people you'll ever meet.
Yeah, they really are great. I mean, just some of the best photographers in the industry around the world are teaching on classes on Kelby One. It really is the best investment you will make in your photography. When I first started off with Kelby One, I was just...
John, I want to interrupt.
Sure.
You may talk as long as you like on this topic. I will not stop you. Go, John. You said when I first started, I want you to pick up where you left off.
Okay.
You said when I first started in photography, and then you stopped.
Well, I always had a dream of one day. I love photography, but I also love to teach. And I always had a dream of one day being able to teach my own classes on Kelby One as well. So when I first started off as a member of Kelby One, I was like ERIK said one time on the grid, I was like a sponge. I just absorbed like all of the wealth of knowledge from all the Kelby One instructors. And then, you know, as you know already, I love people. I love to interact with people. I started reaching out to instructors individually, building relationships, networking, and picked like little nuggets from things that photographers have taught me over the years, and then incorporated them into my own style and doing my own stuff. And you know, ultimately that led me to a place where now, you know, I became a Kelby One instructor, and I think Scott would attest to this. That's really what you want here. You want to not just make people, you know, love photography more and build their own photography portfolios better, but there comes a time when you want to just pay it back. You want to pay back all the things that you've learned and give them out to the people in the Kelby One community as well. So I'm just very grateful. I'm also a member of the City Clickers on the Kelby One community, and we also have a live YouTube interactive meeting every single Thursday. You'll see the very top there, it says Community Live. It's led by Chiqui Nando in Portugal.
Chiqui Nando!
And you could see we just did recently a City Clickers event in New York City, where we call ourselves the City Clickers. We just go around the cities around the country, and we meet up, we have dinner together, we laugh together, we go out taking photographs together.
They cry together.
Yeah, we cry together, you know, and you know, it really is a very, very fun place. So I would encourage you to maybe consider joining our Thursday meetings as well that we have every Thursday on Zoom. You will love it. It's like just great people. And I don't know anyone in this world that doesn't love Chiqui Nando. I mean,
Chiqui Nando is the most loved guy. He's you know what it is? He's such a helpful, genuine guy.
He is.
And I've known Chiqui now for many, many years, and I'm going to get to see Chiqui in Portugal this.
Nice.
My wife and I are taking a cruise, and one of the stops is Lisbon, and you know we got to see us some Chiqui Nando.
Of course.
He's the greatest.
He really is. But John, thanks for letting me talk about that.
Oh, of course. Well, thank you for the kind words very much. Butch is saying Kelby One is the best investment I ever made. Thank you, Butch Schaefer. Can you scroll up there a little, Christina? Stu says you will never regret becoming a Kelby member. Thank you, Stu. Met says you will love it. Thank you, Met.
But a lot of O's.
A lot of O's there. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. All right, guys, we got to wrap up. But John, it's been great having you on the show.
You, Scott.
Thank you.
I enjoyed it.
Thank you for having me on. And I hope you'll have me back sometime. And it was yeah. Anyway, Erik is out gallivanting, and he was greatly missed. Because Erik is a man of few words, but we get some out of him here and there. Everybody have a wonderful week. We'll be back next Wednesday. Liesl Walsh is our guest, and she is Liesl is awesome, and she is a expert at how to sell your work.
So she's very good at it.
She is very, very good at it. She has courses on Kelby One already, but she'll be here with us next Wednesday. I hope you'll join us. Erik should be back. You know, you never know. When he starts gallivanting, it's hard to say. Take care, everybody. We'll see you next time.